Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lee. This is Reefer Explained. Today we're taking a look at my Red Sea 250 G2. So thanks to anyone who's just subscribed and started to watch these videos. Really helps me bring out more content. The more people join and the more people like or comment. Any suggestions would be grateful at this point. Anything you see that's wrong or I've said something that's wrong, I would like you to point it out. I'm always learning on this hobby. So today we're just going to be talking about kind of cable management, mounting equipment, and this is not to say that mine is by any necessary good. It's just to give you some options out there of what you can do. So just going to take you below to the sump, and we're just going to show you into what's going on in here, as you've seen some of these videos already. So on the right side here is called the dry side, where you mount all your gear. On the left is the sump and the pipe work, obviously. So you shouldn't really mount anything at the back here, electrical, in case it was to drop in the sump or in the return extra or just get wet. So that's why you shouldn't really mount. Your skimmer could go crazy, a pipe could come loose, start leaking. Obviously that'd be terrible. So everything on the right side, please. Right side here, you could mount gear to the side here, or you could just get a Red Sea controller board, which I've done, and then it slides in and out as needed. But this is mounted all my gear, most of my gear, should I say. So what we got on here is we've got a backup heater and temperature controller, Inkbird. We've got a max spec protein skimmer controller. We've got the Red Sea ATO. We've got the J-Bow return pump. We've got the Red Sea Reef Wave 25. We got the Red Sea Dose 4, and that's it. That's what's mounted to there. So everything else is kind of either screwed or 3ML'd glued on, like this little camera up here. It's got a 3ML. So what that is we've got these little interlocking pieces that glue on. They've got a glue part in the back you peel off, and then you put that on and the other part clips into it, and take the other part off and you stick it on. So these are good to use for, and they will hold. They're around £10. I think you get 10 pieces in here. So it's not too bad really. And these work really well for mounting gear, as I said. So I've used these on a lot of my stuff in here. If you're not going to use a controller board like the Red Sea one, you want something a bit more adaptable or bigger, what you could do is just build your own. You could get a piece of plywood here. This is a 18mm plywood. You could coat it so it's water proofed. You could put some black vinyl or something over it to make it sit in with the tank, or white if you've got a white inside cabinet. And then drill through, make some holes, and then mount your gear onto that. And you could put that kind of straight in like so. So that's not too bad either. It's a good option. And just stick it to the back. Just have it kind of freestand, push the bend to the back. You could do that. You could get a hex controller, Exodus hex controller board like this. They're like $169, I think. You can buy them from like Charterhouse Aquatics. They can go outside the tank. They've got a wall cleat, so you can hang them, or you could try and put it inside the tank. In this, it would have to go sideways, as I had on my old Reef Red Sea E260. So similar size cabinet, but yeah, this was a good shout. But want to get cables in and out, then obviously you pull them through here. You can screw into it, and you're not screwing into your nice tank. And obviously, if you need to reset it, it's better for the next person, really. So there's that option. For cable management, you've got a few options. You can use something like this, and then the cables slip in. But if you need to get one of the cables out and there's too many cables, it's just going to be a nightmare. You can use these trays here. If you can see this, let me try and get some more light on the situation. There we go. These stick on. They've got stick-on backs, and then you basically can run all your cables in there, and then they just keep them off the floor. Obviously, keep them neat. Got another one up here, so it's pretty good. Came from Amazon. Wasn't expensive. The other thing is for cables, to keep cables securely in place, I use these tie wraps, reusable tie wraps. They're really good, and they will keep the cable secure. Just like up here, I've got my line going back in for the UV straight into this section here. I've just zip tied it there, zip tied some cables up here, and I can always reuse them. I've got them on the skimmer to make sure that the empty part doesn't come off, so it goes back into the sump. For mounting gear, if you're not going to screw to the back of the side of the tank directly, you're not going to 3ML it, you're not going to give it one of these Red Sea controller boards, you can do your own DIY version. Just get a piece of plywood and then drill into it, make some holes. You could even paint it black, you know, you could fit in like so, and it's pretty good. You know, you could put a little bracket, you know, put it at the back, and then you've got a nice controller section. And then probably put all the cables behind it, so that would be cool. If you're not going to do something DIY and you just want something pre-built and you've got room outside the tank and your spouse is okay with it, or being on show like some sort of Death Star, then you could use a controller hex board like this. I think they retail at like $169, something like that. They're pretty good. You've got cable management, you can put the bricks on the back side, and then that's it. That's your job done. The other thing is to keep cables in place are these little kind of Velcro straps. I've got them all around here to keep everything neat, and these as well are pretty sweet. They basically same idea. So you put them on which color coded section, and then they're on the plug, so you can then find this cable to the plug, and then you know which one you're unplugging. So there's that option as well. So there's a few things. Most controllers will come with some sort of Velcro. For the simple ones, you could use them for mounting gear. And that's really about it. What I would say is try and keep your plug sockets up and away from the water area, obviously, as high as possible. And that's what I've tried to do on this. One good tip with the Red Sea tanks. When you get the tank, inside the box, there's 2 panels that are nothing to do with the build. They've got a black side and a white side, and they're 2 blocks that you put the tank on because of the bulkheads when you're building the tank. When you're done, you'll have 2 planks left, and this is what it is at the back. So basically I just forced it in this area and then wedged some foam behind it so it's against the wall. I have still got air ventilation around the side there, but now I've mounted gear directly to here. So I've mounted 2 of the AI Blade bricks, the controller for the heating and temperature controller, my UV plugs there, and a dose for the NOPOX and so forth. So we've got quite a few things that you can do on these tanks. Let me know or share your video with me or pictures of how you've done your build, because I'll be quite interested. I've tried the best with this, but there's so many sockets. Oh, one more thing to point out that really escaped me. A lot of the new equipment now, they come with interchangeable plug heads, which is great, and that really gets you out in a pinch. What the issue is when you're using these extension sockets. Red Sea, for instance, don't have these interchangeable plugs. So what is, it's massive, so it comes way over and it's sitting on top of this other one, which bugs me. Now really what I'm going to do is buy another one of these plugs so that it can sit higher and away from this, and I've done it here and so forth, and that is something I did not think about, because a lot of these heads are all different shapes and sizes, so unless they're interchangeable, the bricks coming the wrong way, really this should be slightly smaller and go up the other way, not downwards like this. So that's a bit of a pain to kind of get your head around, and especially when you've got these set up, you know, there's only eight plug sockets, so you can't lose one because of the issue of that. And another thing is to buy the square Wi-Fi plugs, not the round ones. So I've got a round one here by Refactory, and luckily it fits, but a few times you can't use the round one with another round one because obviously you're taking up more space. So there's a few things there to look out for as well that I really didn't think about and did struggle, but kind of got there in the end. And that's my take on mounting gear. Good luck with it, because it's a rat's nest and cable fest of gear. I am maxed out now on this system. I keep saying that, but there is no more sockets left on this build for any other equipment. I was hoping to get a auto tester for the rest of the elements like alkalinity and things like that, but to be honest with you, I'm happy to do it by hand or HANA checker, and it's not a massive tank to worry too much about to have a smart tester. I've got smart tester for the phosphates. That's the one biggest thing that always drops on my tank. And so it's something I keep a close eye on, because gonoporas do not like zero. Well, I suppose most corals do not like zero on phosphate. So currently got a 0.02 reading, which is pretty good. I'm not focused on that. If it goes to 0.3 or 4, it's not a big deal. Even 5, once that's going above there, then I'll start to think about obviously bringing that down with some media like Roaphos or something. So anyway, I'm just ranting now. So yeah, we're just we're doing pretty well with this system, and I'll do a slight unboxing probably in the next day or two on 2 more pumps that I'm either swapping out or replacing. One is a Reefer wave pump for the main display, and one is a kind of return pump, but something different. I'll explain on the next video, but if you want to see, please give me a thumbs up and like for this one. It does take some time to obviously do these videos and put them online for you, and I'm glad that I've got some subscribers still checking in. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next one. Take care.